the chat on. We just have to wait for everyone to arrive. I will get this one set up while I wait. Thank you for watching after the fact. If you are here after the stream, catching up, which I know there's a few of you that do. It's always appreciated. There we go. That's all. Just got to change the chat settings. Right. Hey, Ellie's in. Hi, Ellie. Good to see you. How are you doing? I imagine you're feeling out of sorts after the day. Hi, Kit. In straight away as well. Good to see you. How are you doing, my friend? Oh, you have an update on your knee as well, Ellie. Do tell. Do tell. Yeah, I imagine you're not impressed with your school at the moment with what's happened. I'll be honest, I've been having similar sort of issues with my insurance company, I'll be honest. So you and me have been having problems with other people today. Glad to hear it, Kit. Dear. All right, let's get this swapped around. And I don't know, I think I'm going to start with a bit of Bandido. I don't know how much Bandido I'm actually going to play today, but we'll give it a shot. I've got the shutter box out as well, because I figure that's going to be a little bit of an easier one to just have a go with while I chit chat to people. I really am a bit out of sorts today. So as I said, we know how there's a huge length difference between my knees. It was actually the knees then. I thought it was like, because you said like one leg's longer than the other. Is it specifically to do with the knees then? I assumed maybe like you had like longer like shin or calf bones or something, but of course that was me being like assuming things. Oh, you have the appointment with the podiatrist. Nice. That's good news. When is it? I hope it's not too far into the future. Right, 1, 2, 3. There we go. Hi, Gracie. Welcome to the stream. How are you, Gracie? It sounds like you're finally cooling down about your family and all the stuff that went down, which is good. Are you getting ready for darts? Cool. So are you playing darts? Is that what's happening? Yeah, I imagine your brain is all over the place after what you've been dealing with, Ellie. I know my brain's a bit all over the place at the moment. The insurance company have been a pain, and I will do a little bit of an update on that soon. So when you say you're on netball, table tennis and darts team, is that like an overall like that's kind of like a multi-sport team, or do you mean you're on like netball, table tennis, or you're on 3 different teams? I'm a little bit confused there, I will admit. That doesn't surprise me that you're still in your school uniform. That makes quite a bit of sense considering what you have to deal with. I imagine you put things like that off quite a while. 3 different teams, that's fair play. Hey, Teddy's in. With the, has your boy lost his shoe again? That's like your greeting. That's basically your version of hello. Hello to you too, Teddy. I hope you're well. I don't really want to put that down there. It's the least amount of damage. Just got to do it. That's rude. That's rude. Right, we'll just turn that into 2. Pop that there. I'm aware that's going off camera now. That's a bit annoying. Let's zoom out a little bit. Hey, that's not bad. That's too zoomed out though. We'll just go about there. That's good. That's solid. Let's see. You have an exam tomorrow as well. Wow. Talk about how have they done all that before you've got an exam? That's ridiculous. Your school is a nightmare, Ellie. Oh dear. Sounds a bit like the insurance company. I will get on to explaining that after I tell all the people in the stream who aren't in the chat and haven't yet said hello. Say hello, especially if you're new. Love to hear from you. So yeah, today was an absolute, for want of a better term, an SHIT show. The insurance company, I called them up because I haven't heard anything from them. They gave me some BS about having sent me an email on Friday. I've checked my emails, I've checked my spam folder, I've checked everywhere. There isn't an email from them on the Friday. But apparently they figured out that they wanted to write off the van and they wanted to give me a number as to how much they would give me for the van. And let me tell you, they then pulled out some right stupidness at that point, and I was not impressed at all. What are you talking about? Yeah, so basically, they offered me just under 10,000 for the van, and I think 7,000 something if they to buy back the van. So they'd give me 7,000 odd. But here's the really fun bit. They said as soon as I accept the offer, I've got about 1 day of van hire left before I have to give that thing back, and they weren't looking to give me any more time at the B&B. And I had to choose between those two options. That's the only options I had, and I was like, well. And it's not like they go, you don't have to accept this offer. It's just like blah blah blah. They're basically they're trying to make me take it without really giving me a lot of informed decision. Really nasty tactics, if you ask me. Or this game's going a bit wayward. I'm getting some really bad cards. So they were essentially saying, we'll give you a very lowball figure for the van. I think in reality that's what you could say the van was worth if I hadn't done any repairs to it at all, and if it didn't have thousands of pounds worth of batteries, solar panels, and sort of utilities or whatever you call it in the van, and if it wasn't my home. So I was like, you've lowballed this massively, but also what you're saying is we'll give you a tiny bit of money and then wipe our hands of it, forgetting about whether or not I'm gonna if they keep the van, I'm homeless. If I get the van back, I've got not enough money to do much with at all. I might be able to get the van fixed myself, but then it's going to be in a different category where it's going to essentially cost me more money to insure. But also, while it's getting fixed, I'm going to have to pay my own way to staying somewhere so I'm not homeless. Mental. And they're acting as if, well, that's something that I have to deal with, my responsibility, as if being hit by a guy and him causing all this doesn't mean that I should get some level of help with it. I'm like, that's ridiculous. These people are just really, really, really stupid. That's a good idea, Ellie. You could go nick the van for me. They'd have to pay out twice for it, wouldn't they? Oh dear. But no, in all seriousness, I've basically not been left with a huge amount of options from their point of view. But essentially, I started arguing because I was like, I'm not having this. You've offered me some ridiculous stuff. This is just not going anywhere. Oh, I should have pulled. Well, that would have come out afterwards. Ah, that's annoying. That would have been a good piece to have before to put here. That timing has not worked out. But what I can do is I can do that. That's all right. So what I did do was I pressed, and I've got them to agree to pay for another week's worth of time here, plus another week with the hire van. I'm going to now have to put together a load of, essentially, like figure out, like get some prices of like eBay and stuff for some similar vehicles that have been built into campers, get the valuations for those, so that I can try to argue the valuation and get them to come up with a number. Like, I've found things from anywhere from say 15 to 40,000 pounds. I think the closest thing to mine in terms of like the fact that it was a Luton box van, it's a similar make, a Citroen rather than a Peugeot, but pretty similar. And it's maybe, I think, 1 or 2 years newer, and has maybe 20 or 30,000 less miles. It's built to maybe a slightly better spec inside, but also I think the inside is maybe slightly smaller, and has maybe less, like in terms of space than mine, but just built to slightly like more sort of high-end spec, I guess. They're asking like 40 grand for that, and I was like, well, I don't think I can convince them to give me 40 grand, but I do think that they need to bump their money up and pretty much double what they've offered me. I think that's where I'm looking at. They need to be. Whether I can get them that far, I honestly don't know. But that's what's going to get me to. Oh wow, this is bad. I'm just going to do that one there. I don't like it. Hey, Mark's in. Hi, Mark. What on earth is Gracie and Teddy going on about? Are you having arguments in here? Something about Matt's thing. So I take it your banned from someone else's stream then, Gracie. What did you get banned for? I am curious. We'll have a little look at the chat. So I think Teddy said, not a good look talking to schoolgirls, mate. Well, I'll talk to anybody on here because it's a public forum. Of course, we keep it well within keeping for who we're talking to. So we're not here doing anything weird. We are playing games, and we have my boys on. So we are a family channel, meaning that we will accept anyone as long as they're being respectful. Anyone who's not respectful can take a hike and will get blocked. We demand respect on the channel. That's all we ask. People to just be respectful. Oh, I mean, I don't like the way these cards are lining up. Gracie's no trouble. Gracie is totally fine. She's actually been one of my longest supporters since I started doing these daily lives. I can't remember exactly when Gracie joined in, but it was months ago. And she's always been very lovely in the chat. Of course, she comes up with some big porkies from time to time, but they're fairly harmless for the most part. And I'm not about to shut her out of the channel just because she feels the need to tell a few tall tales. I know many people who do that from time to time. In fact, an example of that would be my own sister. She, when she was a teenager, went through a stage of telling massive lies about sort of things just to make herself sound more interesting. And it didn't really work out for her that well. People saw through it pretty quick, and it doesn't really get you where you want to be. Oh man, these are such bad pieces. I'm just going to close this one off because I don't really want to have to deal with it going off the end here. That's right, Teddy, it is my channel. Oh, I know you're respectful, Mark. I always appreciate you coming here. And even Teddy, he's been respectful. He has the right to an opinion. If he thinks somebody is saying or doing something, he's the right to talk up about it. I think this is the thing. It's a freedom of speech thing at the end of the day. I'm not here to tell people what they can and cannot say in terms of like their opinions, but I want politeness. I want respect in the chat. But we could, and I have certain rules about like not getting into deep like political or religious like discussions and stuff, because we're here to keep it a little bit light. But at the same time, life happens, and like today, my day has been a little bit serious, and like I've been left a bit. Oh damn, that's not going to work. That can't work that way. Oh, it's just so annoying. Anything I do here is just going to block things up. I'm just going to do this. That's just going to be done. Yeah, it's just about, you know, like I say, keeping things polite and not going off the deep end with anything. Ooh, can I do it from here? Yeah, this is the closer for that. So this bit's done with. We're going to just push that up there. That's done. Right. We want to use that one there, and then we end up bringing these together. Oh, Amar's in. Hi, Amar. Good to see you. Yep, another game, Amar. This one's called Bandido. Oh, I wanted that piece, but the opposite one. Ah, it's done me again with that. Yeah, I appreciate you, Teddy. You've heard my points there, and you've been respectful. Oh, Gordon Bennett. It's made me swipe up now. I've got to go back to all messages. There we go. Ellie, desperate to get out of the uniform now. That's fair play. Do you know what a lot of people, like when they finish school, got their uniforms signed and stuff like that. Oh, there we go. There's the piece I've been waiting for. Perfect. So now we're just dealing with these three. This is actually, I've saved this somehow. This is going a lot better. Yeah, a lot of people would like sign their uniforms, or rather get people to sign their uniforms. Oh, don't even need to do that. Haha. We have the dub. The W is ours. There we go. Solid. Yeah, me on the other hand, I hated my uniform so much and just didn't really like school that much either, to be fair, that when I was done with it, my uniform got burned. I took that thing up and I put that on a fire. Boom, job done. And after that, I basically said to myself, I don't want to do a job where I have to wear a uniform. Like, I did end up working at Waitrose, but I didn't mind the uniform there too much. But I didn't like having to wear the uniform, but they did pay good money, so I sucked that up when I was at university. But then, yeah, once I got to university, I was very quick to basically become self-employed. It didn't take long, and then yeah, sayonara uniforms. Oh, that's cool, Omar. Your school didn't have a uniform. I like the ways that the Japanese do it, or one of the Oriental countries, where they have uniforms, but they only wear them when they go out of school, because that makes sense. You know, they go on a school trip, they go to like a museum or something, and you want to be able to identify all the school kids, and you want to kind of be able to keep them like in a group, and that visually helps you do that. And also it kind of shows an outward pride for the school. I like that kind of thing. But the day to day, they're allowed to come in and wear what they want and show their own sort of expression of themselves. You know, there were people who say, yeah, but then there's some trouble for the kids who can't afford to buy great clothes, and then they'll get bullied. And I'm like, well, actually, that's a problem for the school. If you've got that going on, you maybe need to teach your kids how to respect those that can't afford as much as others. You know, maybe think about that. That would identify the kids who need to be educated, that it's not something you should be taking the mick of. You know, there are people out there who are less well off than others, and that doesn't mean that they're less in any way. That just means they've got less money, and that's not something to be ashamed of. That's just, you know, the way the world works. There's always someone poorer and there's always someone richer, except for one person at one end and one person at the other. everybody else in between those two people has someone who's richer and poorer. It's just the way it is. So the majority of us always are somewhere in the middle. And to be fair, that, that is still a big spectrum, obviously. I don't know who the richest man in the world is right now, whether it's Elon Musk or Bezos or whoever. And maybe it's somebody we don't even know, because not everyone has their wealth publicly announced. But whoever the richest man is, the second guy, even he has someone who's richer, even though he's got billions, let's face it. Mark saying, we shop at Waitrose because it's close by. Makes sense. I shop at Aldi's and Sainsbury's. That's my two like big shops. I will go to Home Bargains as well because they have some nice stuff. But mostly the products that I like are in those two shops, Aldi's and Sainsbury's, and they're reasonably priced for what I want. I have started going to the Co-op more just because of the convenience. So when I'm on my own for a week and I've got the cupboards filled with a lot of stuff that I already need and I just need a couple of items, it doesn't make sense to drive to an Aldi's unless I'm going there for a reason. So I'd have to drive away to Letchworth, and that's like a half an hour round trip. The diesel on that isn't necessarily worth spending if I'm only going to buy like half a dozen items and might save £3 or £4 going into Aldi's. It's got to save a bit more than that for the drive to make sense. So then a convenience store, something that's closer, makes a lot more sense. What was Ellie saying? Lucky, I have a shirt, tie, blazer, and meant to be grey school trousers. Yeah, that does sound a bit like a gas station uniform in a way. It's that grey kind of like, yeah. Admittedly though, I don't think there's many school uniforms that I particularly like. It's yeah, it's not exactly great. I did quite like the Waitrose uniform though. They weirdly gave the girls always quite fitted skirts and shirts, which I found quite interesting. There was a very big difference between the male and the female uniform, and I think it's still that way. And I'm surprised they get away with that. But I mean, I guess everyone's happy with that. But it's just in this day and age with the whole like gender equality stuff and all that, I'm surprised there hasn't been some kind of outroar from some female member of Waitrose who's saying this is not right. We shouldn't be like, because I mean, I don't think it's sexualized, but like someone's going to say that at some point when they realise that all the women are wearing fitted clothing. It's just the way the world is now. Someone's going to say some nonsense. Don't worry, Ellie comes and goes. She's probably busy just like doing something like getting a snack or getting some food. Ellie's always coming and going, so don't you worry about her. What are you doing with Alan, Gracie? You've been chasing him around. Why are you trying to catch him? Poor Alan. Oh man, that's a bit of a passive move, but I don't really want to do any damage up there. Wow, 3 of them in a row. Oh, what am I doing with this? Right, I'm going to do this. I don't like this move, but I've got an idea. I'm going to do that. Create a corner. Going to do that. I like it. Oh, working on the bed, man. There's always some crinkle on the sheet. Oh, I can't wait to be back in my own home. So anyway, so my plan going forward with all the nonsense that the insurance company have created, I'm obviously going to try this evening to put together some paperwork to convince them to give me more money for the van, which I think is doable. And I think at the very least they'll come back with a higher valuation and give me another grand or two. But I think it's fair that I will be able to convince them to do that much at least. I will see how much I can get them up to. I think the plan will be at the moment, I think the best plan is to get the van back, so do the buyback thing. They've agreed to give it back to me, and cover the cost of that. So I will get them to do that and pop it back in my parents' driveway, and at least I'll have a home to stay in, albeit not movable. I'll immediately buy a new van, and I'm thinking rebuild. So I'm thinking new build, new van. That is likely the way that I want to go with it. I'm not happy that I have to put that effort in now. I wasn't really planning to do that. Life is a bit complicated now for a little while because of it, but I feel like I can make it work. Oh, we're going to get in some trouble. This was a bad move because that's now, oh, I've done real stupid stuff here. I'm going to just do that. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to use these as best I can. Yeah, I think this, and then this. Ooh, that's not bad. Can you still see what I'm working on there? Just about, I think. Can you see that one? Oh no, I'm literally off, so let's just move things down a little bit. Oi, oi, oi. Frustrations. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm settled at, but it was a really stressful time though. Hi Sarah. Hope you're well. Nice to see you in so frequently at this point. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing with this one. Oh, that, because I've got a piece that will go up there. Yeah, I'm going to put that in now. I don't mind that. We've got the single closer. We can use that if need be. Yeah, I'm going to bang the single closer here. Put that there. Really need, that's it. Yes, I was just going to say I really need a C close for that. And there it is. Now though. I'm going to do that. I'm aware it's going off the camera again. It's really annoying. I'm going to close that one off. We've essentially got oh, that's brutal. A C close would have been brilliant. That can't really be used right now. But what I can do is put that one there. I feel like, yeah, that's well off the edge. Let me re-spot the camera a little bit. There we go. There we go. That's good. Oh, Kat's in as well. Hi, Kat. Long time no see. You're still getting over the Connect 4, Sarah? Oh, dear. Oh, no. What is the question? I found out if this place my dad's mate I think is selling is perfect. I'm going to be moving and I get a room to myself. That sounds cool. You'd have a gaming room too. That's wicked, Ellie. That sounds like a really nice move by your dad there. So I want my dad to buy it as I would have a room to myself, even though it's about a 10-15 minute away from mine. So I guess that means you don't have a room at the moment to yourself. You can blame the lack of sleep. If you want, I'm happy to actually get it out and you can have a rematch if you're feeling strong enough to take me on, Sarah. But I was planning on just doing solo stuff today, but I'm very happy to crack out the Connect 4 for anyone who wants to do a rematch and thinks that they have the stomach for it. Look at that, Gracie immediate on for the rematch, of course. Wait, what am I doing? I should have 3 out, not 2. That's better. Right, now I've got some options. I like that. I'm going to do that one. It's kind of working its way back down towards the phone. No, you don't want to read. That's fair play, Sarah. I was only teasing anyway. Let's have a little look. We're going to go with that one. Are you working today, Sarah? Hope you're managing to get some rest if you are. Ooh, I'm going to do that. Seems like a weird move, but I have a plan. I'm going to put that there unless I can come up with a better move. I'm going to put that there. Actually, no. That's a bad move. No, that's going to go there. That's the move. Let's see what we got. Oh, I'm sure you would win, Sarah. I'm almost positive. I'm not saying I would let you win or anything, but I think I could go easy on you just because of how devastated you are about the loss before. So, Kat, how you been, my man? How are you doing? I hope you're well. All right, what can we do here? Oh, this is rude. I think that's my best move here. I'll do that one. Oh, this is going bad. This is going really bad. Last night, proud Molly. What? Gracie, what are you talking about? And Sarah says, oh, you're in work now. Okay. You got a little bit of a break, have you? A little bit of a cheeky break while you watch the stream. That's really nice of you to pop in and spend your break time with us. Oh, that's great. Look there. Yes, that's a result. Back down to just 2 openings. Can we do something with this? I don't know. I think that is something I like to do. Am I proud of you for last night, Gracie? I'm not sure what it is you're referring to that I might or might not be proud of. Oh, your patient is asleep. Do you look after just like one at a time? Do you, or is it? I kind of just assumed there was a few, but obviously I've no familiarity with your job and what you do at all. What? Yes, just one patient. Wow. Okay. Is it like in a proper facility, or is it like in their own home? I'm fascinated, to be fair, real fascinated. Oh, what if I did? Oh, that's nice. That we do this. That's a really good way to do it. Oh, that's even better than using that one. I can do this. I think I like that. We can make something work here. I feel like it's doable. We could do that. Turn that into a corner. I don't know how many corners we've got left though. I've got to be careful. We used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If my count's good, we've got at least one more. We'll have to do that. It's the only safe move. In their home. Oh, I see. And sometimes in hospital. I see. So you're like hired by like the one, like, is it like private then? Do they hire you themselves? That's Oh, Gracie's going about when you went to bed early. Yes, very, very, very proud of you for making an effort to look after yourself, Gracie. Absolutely. Oh, there we go. We have a corner close. Just going to check. I did close everything else, didn't I? Yeah. So we've got 1. We just need a single close. I hope we've got some. We used a lot already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that 7th there? Yeah, we've definitely got some. I just don't know when they're going to come out. We can but hope. We'll be up to a double here. I mean, to be fair, that's not bad if a C close comes out. We've got another chance for a C close. Oh, we've got a single. And I want to. Do you know, if I keep using the singles up, it's not good. 6 years doing that now. Wow. Was a beautician previously. Do you have like? Does that mean you get like a gap in between? What do you call them? Obviously, I don't know if you call them patients or clients or customers or like or wards. I don't know what you're calling them. So, um, does that mean like you have a little break in between as you find a new one? And is it like you have one at a time, or like I guess so like you're with them like all the days that you're actually working, or do you like have a few that you visit? It's fascinating. It really is. Yeah, it'd be good if you could do it on a regular basis, though, Gracie. Get yourself some proper rest. So I'm going to do that. I'm not happy about it, but we'll see what happens. Um, yeah, I don't like that much. I'm going to go there. It's a really weird way to do it, but now we have a C close. If I can work towards a C close situation, that'd be good. I'm going to do that, creating like a potential here. I could do that, but that's risky. We can C close that, but then single close that. I don't like it. I'm going to do, can I do that? How many of them have got? I've used up 1, 2, 3 of them. I don't think I have the right piece for that. I don't like that move. I also think I don't have many of them left. Got one there. I think we have one though. Yes, it's gone right off the edge here. Even now, I can see it's sort of right off. I'm going to do this. It's so risky, but I'm going to do that and see what we get. Oh, almost the right thing. But oh, what if I did this? That's good. Enough time to just think about it and do something different. Oh, I thought that was the one then. It's not. It's the reverse. If that had been the one that would do it, I'd have been absolutely fuming. Yes, this is safe. We can do this. It's mental, but we can do that because we can close that one off. And the idea is I can get the single out using that. And we're just biding our time, hoping for another single closer, which we don't get yet, but we're going to put that one here. I'm aware that it's kind of like tilting down. You probably can't even see these now, but have we used both C closes? We have. We don't have a C close. That's really frustrating. So I'm basically not going to be able to do this, I think. I'm toast. I am toast here. These will go down, so that will go there. That will go there. I've essentially got it down to 2 openers. Do you know what I'll do? Essentially, we've got it like that with 2 openers. I'm just going to put these ones where they are supposed to be. That's there. Yeah. So it's basically like this here. Hopefully you can see that now. I don't know. No, I've put that in a place where you can't see it. These are ones I'm working with. Let's just clear this out of the way for a second. It's a big old thing. So essentially that's what I'm working with now. I'm not going to be spreading out anywhere else, but it had a pretty decent clearance. I think basically like something like that. There you go. So let's see what else we get. I have to put that there. Try to work my way around. I don't think this is going to get done though. Oh, it's so brutal. No. We ran out of pieces. We just couldn't get it done. 1-1. One for me, one for Bandido. So let's have a little look. I've got to catch up now. I imagine Sarah's answered some of my questions. So So, whoa, I've missed so much chat. I do apologise. Right, I'll tell you what we'll do. I'm going to bring you over. Whip. Sorry. Let's spin that round. There's obviously a lot of chat going on now. I don't think I need to be playing a game right now. Let's get face to face. So here we go. Got a modded chat there. I love my job. It's sad at times, but I make them laugh. You're making a difference, Sarah. And I think, you know, even when things are sad, it's something really, what's the word I'm looking for here? It's like wholesome, I don't know, precious, I don't know. So there's a lot of words you could use to describe like what you must bring to their final days. It's yeah, it must be it's fulfilling as well, I guess, in some ways, but like you say, difficult and hard at times. And he's saying also, guys, if he buys the house next to it is a health centre with a swimming pool, and that so we can buy a membership and I can go swimming when I like. I bet you feel a lot better when you're swimming as well. It must be really good for like just easing off some of the strain on your knees and that. Yeah, Sarah can't wait to go to bed. There we go. You can sound like you've got a massive day tomorrow, Ellie. Jeez. I think I'm just going to be working tomorrow. I didn't actually work today. With all the stuff going on with the insurance, I actually had to take the day off, which I'm a little bit annoyed about, but I will put that on my claim and get them to pay me out some money for lost time. There's definitely been a few days of lost work from this thing, and there'll probably be a few more. So that's all going to go onto the claim, and I've just got to get some stuff in writing to make sure that they're aware that they've actually got to pay it out. The problem is that takes months for them to basically pay it all out. They're right annoying like that. You know what I mean? They'll drag their feet where they can with everything. It's mental. What is Gracie going about with Ellie? It is nice, Sarah. Yeah, it's a B&B, but yeah, I keep calling it a hotel. It's a lovely one, and James, who runs it, he's been absolutely brilliant. And I think basically like his parents live at the back, and I've seen his mum a few times and chatted to her. They're really lovely. Yeah, everyone here is really nice. You got Gracie. What on earth? You're like just talking some stuff, and I don't even know what's going on with you. You're filling up the chat with your nonsense again. Oh dear. But I've caught up now anyway. I thought I was really far behind. I don't know if I missed anything earlier on from other people. I'm just going to scroll back and look. I do get engrossed. Oh, Kat was saying, "Have a good evening, everybody," and I popped to my. Oh, I've missed Kat, obviously, but I don't know. Sorry, Kat, if you see this. Yeah, I don't think there's anything massive I've missed. Yeah. Looks like it's just me and you three girls at the moment, just in the chat. There's definitely some other people watching. If you're not in the chat and you're watching, mind you, I bet you Sparker's lurking somewhere. Sparker's always on lurking. I've got a feeling Sienna won't be about this evening, just because obviously she's going to be recovering from her surgery, and she's quite rightly probably completely out of it tonight. But I did hear from her, and she came out okay. So yeah, it's looking like she's going to be all right. Give me pause dad jokes till I get back. Yeah, I'm not planning to do the dad joke yet. You're all right, Gracie. You got some time. Head off, and I'll wait until you're back, unless you take too long, in which case you'll miss it. But no, I'll wait for a while. Well, I say girls, ladies, really. Well, two ladies and Gracie. I'm only teasing Gracie. Dearie me. Oh yeah, I'm one of those terrible guys who just refers to every woman as a girl as well. Those Sarah, that's the trouble. Unless and well, I was going to say unless they're a granny, but you're a grandma, so it even counts. I guess it's quite weird me calling you a girl. So we'll call you a lady. So we got two ladies and Gracie in. That's what we'll say. Oh dear. I will tease Gracie, but only because she's so naughty in the chat sometimes. She causes some mischief, so I will be mischievous back. Yeah, I do need to hydrate. Actually, you're on that, Ellie. You're always looking after me, aren't you? You're right. I need to hydrate. I haven't looked after myself today. I'm very bad with that. Oh dear. So how much longer have you got to work today, Sarah? I can almost keep saying Seg just because that's your handle name. Oh dear. I am curious about that as well. I think you said Seg is like a nickname. Because how does it work with you? Because obviously everyone calls me Molly. The only person who doesn't call me like either Mole or Molly is my best friend Noah. But everybody else, like, because like family all called me it. So that's just what everyone knows me as. I think if you asked my boys what my name is, they might go, well, his name's Alan, but everyone calls him Molly. But they might just go Molly. Like if you ask them what should I call your dad, they'd just go Molly because that's just what everyone knows. So 2 a.m. you finish. Wow, that's some hours away. But I guess you're just sat there and they're asleep. So there's worse things to be doing until 2 a.m. I guess you get to spend some time here with us. Seg is from segregation. Oh, you're gonna have to explain that to me, Sarah. So I guess I guess that's just an online nickname for you then, not something that people in real life call you. The real name sounds weird when I have known you as Molly. Yeah, exactly. It sounds weird to me as well. When I have to tell somebody my name, like every time I call up, like the insurance company, they ask for your name and stuff, and I have to give my name, and it's always weird hearing my own name now. I don't know, it's been so long since people really call me Alan, because even Noah doesn't really he doesn't call me Alan. He does, it's not like we're shouting towards each other a lot of time or anything like that. And it's not like I think if he's like say talking about me to his wife, he probably says Alan, but I'm not there to hear that. So Sarah's saying it was a joke. My ex-husband used to. Oh yes, I saw from your channel that you're, as you put it, a survivor of domestic abuse. Um, but I don't understand. So, but I don't understand how segregation has to do with that, though. I'm being dense. Sorry, Sarah. And you got arrested once. Long story. I mean, I would say I'm surprised, but I'm not, because I do get a sense from you that there's a little bit of mischief there as well. Maybe not as mischievous as Gracie, but but you've got a few more years under your belt, so yeah. Uh, so was the arrest to do with what happened with your ex then? Blimey. I mean, I don't want to pry or anything. I mean, if you're happy to share about it, Sarah, I'm happy to hear about it, but it's not something you have to talk about, so don't feel any pressure. Grace is too interested to go. What's AFK mean? I got all the other acronyms. FR for real and not gonna lie, but I don't know what that one is. Yeah, well, yeah, I guess your story's quite a mad one, Sarah. I'm also curious how long ago that happened. Like, 14 months. Jeez, that's a long time. I am curious what you got up to get that time. What, 10 years ago? Or wait. Were you married for 14 months? Because you said you served 14 months. And you got 10 years for what you did to him. No, I joke. Oh dear. Sorry, Sarah. But it's probably not a joking matter, but it's the classic, isn't it? Like, the marriage is the sentence, so to speak. At least for one of the people in the marriage, anyway, usually. Sometimes for both. Oh dear. The modern world. How funny it is. Oh, you were married for 20 years. Wow. So wait, um, so if I'm right, you were married for 20 years, but you've been like, he's your ex now for 10, and you served 14 months in prison. I think that's right. What, I mean, was it tough? I'm guessing that was pretty tough. I mean, I've never been, so I don't know. And obviously, I guess there's different kinds. I mean, I've obviously seen like shows like what is it, Orange is the New Black and stuff like that. I mean, that's some eye-opening stuff, but also I just don't know how much is like factual, because it's obviously a bit of a comedy. Bye-bye, Gracie. Oh, 30 minutes might be pushing. I don't know how long we're going to stream today. I'm probably going to keep it relatively short. I'm not really feeling up for a long one today. Very tough. Yeah, I mean, did you have like people come and visit you? Or, yeah, that's the main thing. You survived and your children are there too. That's just, yeah. I mean, we go through some bad stuff, don't we? But as long as we make it out the other side, you live to be stronger, and you learn your lessons. And yeah, I mean, I mean, not everybody's had that bad the stuff done to them, but or gone through that bad of stuff. But yeah, we've all had our trials and tribulations. Is that the word? Some worse than others, for sure. Some it's much tougher, but yeah. And some of us have it when we're very young. Others, obviously, when we're older. Many of us bring it on ourselves. Jeez, that's a tough one when you only have yourself to blame for what you have to go through. Like if I'd have crashed my van, and I was the cause of me having to deal with all this, I'd have been beating myself up. I really would have. The fact there was nothing I could have done to change the things. Some guy just can't drive. I mean, that's c'est la vie. I have a lifetime away from the pig. Yep, that's fair play. And I'm thinking pig's probably quite a tame word to be able to describe a guy like that. I'm going to be honest. In fact, I think you've kind of insulted the pigs there. I'm going to be honest, Sarah. I think you've probably insulted the pigs. I think you should apologise to all little piggies out there right now. RM Gandia, I think, saying, "Blimey, tummy, tummy, tummy." What on earth? And Ellie immediately jumping at it. Love that. Oh, he was an alcoholic, Sarah. Well, that'll do it. Grace saying, "Is anyone just dating this chat because I'm about to explain why I need to go?" Just joining, did you mean? Did you get autocorrected? Is that just bad spelling? A bully, a controller. Yeah, I think I get the idea of what kind of man he. Well, I'm not going to call him a man. To be fair, he obviously wasn't much of a man, if I'm honest. Guys like that. Yeah, there's not much you can say about them. Yeah, they did, Ellie. But no, yeah, I mean, I've never really had any experience of that kind of thing firsthand, to be fair. Yeah, I mean, obviously, it happens, doesn't it? Where it's the woman being abusive, but it's usually the men from what I understand. But I mean, I don't know any figures on that. That's like my common assumption, I guess. But I haven't really known many people who've had to deal with anything like that. Is what I mean. Like, obviously I haven't been through it myself, but I haven't really known anyone who's had to deal with that. I've known a few people where they've had some spicy issues in their marriages and they've broken up and stuff. But yeah, you met him at 15. All your children were with him. Wow. Yeah, and I guess, like, you started young because obviously you're still quite young to be a grandma. So um, I guess that's how that happens. I mean, my parents were pretty young when they had like me and my siblings, and then my brother started young as well. So I've got a nephew who's quite old, like in his 20s. Indeed, you are, Sarah. Here and carrying on. So yeah, I am curious though because there was a bit of confusion last time, but yeah. So and I keep asking this, but I don't know if you've ever really responded. But you did, because I was told that you stream, but I don't think you did. Did you confirm that you do and what you do on your streams? I am curious because all I ever really see on your channel is your shorts and and you very irregularly post something, but mostly it's just a few shorts. Um, Gracie's stomach's going to explode. Well, you shouldn't be eating dynamite then, should you? Ah, dearie me. Yeah, we don't need details of where you need to go, Gracie. Keep that to yourself. Lady needs her secrets. Um, yeah, I mean, yeah, you have to be proud of Sarah, don't we, Ellie? That's it's a tough thing to come through, but she's obviously come through with quite a positive attitude, which is a really impressive thing, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, you can go two ways when you go through pain and hardship. It can make you worse, or you can grow and be stronger from it. I feel like Sarah went with a grow and be stronger from it angle. That's just good. Bit like you, Ellie, you're dealing with a lot of hardship and you don't let it hold you back. You're just kind of cracking on and being positive. We have some really amazing people in this chat. To be fair, we get so many people who keep their chin up basically, and keep moving forward. And as Sarah says, keep surviving. Yeah. And I have to keep reminding myself that's what I've got to do as well when I have to deal with all this nonsense. It pales in comparison to some of the stuff that obviously, like, for instance, Sarah would have had to deal with. But stuff's happened to me in the past, and I know people that stuff's happened to as well. A good friend of mine took his own life, just and when you have to deal with things like that, and that people and the things he would have been struggling with, other little things like dealing with an insurance company do sort of pale in comparison. Says, "Oh, Gracie, you go blow that toilet up." I like that. Oh dear, Gracie's toilet is in trouble. I'm wondering if it needs some armour. Oh dear. Graphical, but okay. Yeah, very graphic. Oh dear. So Gracie got modded. I got what Gracie was saying. Like basically, she's suggesting that anyone that goes in the toilet afterwards is going to be moaning from the smell, but it didn't. Cause it didn't read like that. And then Ellie's got modded. Oh, so Ellie's saying she's had a friend do a similar thing to mine. Yeah. So what I'm talking about, Ellie. It's a difficult thing to deal with. But you also know that they had it rough. So I was going to win in the end. All about believing in your self-worth. Yeah, that's true. We're all worth more than sometimes we think. So Gracie saying, seriously now, I'm not kidding. I'm going to have to go. Then go, Gracie. No one's holding you back. Go off and destroy that toilet. Oh dear. We will salute it farewell once you've departed. All right, Ellie's saying I took it hard because he was so kind to everyone. Yeah, that's it's weird, but some of the best people are the ones who do it. It's I mean, Paul was one of the best people I knew. He's a really top guy, but he'd just been through so much pain and had to deal with so much internally, and it just gets the better of some of us. Not all of us can sort of drag ourselves through. Many counselling. Oh yeah, I guess you would get some counselling for what you went through, Sarah. That makes sense. I got to admit, that's one of the things from like my childhood. I went through a fair bit of trauma, and I am always, well, a little bit angry, I guess, but also like like I couldn't call it surprised, but it is a surprising thing. I look back and I think, wow, man, people back in the day, you know, just letting everything go, just go without understanding anything, and how they let me go without getting some counselling and stuff and whatnot, and some level of mental support. Absolutely flabbergasting, to be honest. I just hope they're not letting kids go through similar stuff now without getting some level of help. It's mental. But I do find that something in this country that we sort of lag behind some others, where we're a bit close-lipped about mental health and sort of actually getting yourself sorted. I think as a general, the public sort of awareness of it is getting better, and the stigma's sort of dying off. But in terms of like actually being able to get that help, you know, going to a GP, getting referred and stuff like that, it's not as easy as all that. I mean, just getting an appointment at a GP will probably send you off the edge if you're struggling anyway. I mean, geez, that's a nightmare. But yeah, it's we've not got a great system here, I have to say. Right, look, Gracie, I'm going to do the dad joke now, just so you're not worried about missing it, and then you don't have an excuse. Um, wow, the numbers at the top are just going silly. They're like, it's dropped down to 1, as if there's only one person here, but I don't think that's true at all. So here we go, dad joke of the day. And we'll get things a bit lighter mooded in here, because we've got a bit dark, haven't we? So I like telling dad jokes, even though I'm not a dad. I'm a faux pas. That is terrible, because I'm actually a real dad, but that's what it says. That's the joke. I don't like that joke. That's not a very good dad joke, because as a dad, you'd be saying you're not a real dad. I mean, at best, that's somebody who isn't a dad telling that joke. At worst, it's a dad who's like maybe adopted some kids or something, or has like got some stepkids, and saying that joke would sound really awful. And yeah, I can't think of when that's a good dad joke. That is bad. That shouldn't be in there at all. I'm not happy with that. I'm not happy with that as the joke. We need a better joke. Has anyone in the chat got a better dad joke than that? That is. Do you know what? I'm going to go through some of the previous days. There was definitely some good ones in the last few days. Oh, we had the classic, didn't we? How do you make a tissue dance? Put a little boogie in it. Or they call it Kleenex, because they've got like the Americanization of this. Oh, I did like the what do you call a deer with no eyes? With no idea. But we had to go all the way, didn't we? We said, well, what do you call it when it's got no legs and no eyes? Still no idea. What do you call it when it's got no legs, no eyes, but it's doing the business? No idea. And yes, I did mute myself out there. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't call it fight for stability. I think if you're in a bad situation, you have to fight for stability. What I would say is that's where growth comes in. What you're kind of looking to do, I reckon, is to slowly build, like, you know, relationships, but also just a lifestyle and, you know, just a life basically in general that brings its own stability. You know, so having like a consistent job and not having to stress about where's the money coming from, stability. Having a home, it doesn't matter if it's a van, if it's, you know, brick and mortar, could be a tent. But if it's a stable place where you can put your head down at night and you've got a pillow and a bed and a warm place, that's as long as you know that you've got that stability. Friends, family, you know, connections, more stability. And of course, you know, you can avoid things that create instability, like going out and getting blottoed every like weekends, or you know, conjuring up lies to fill your life. You know, it's unstable stuff. You know, whereas, you know, you don't have to then work at it once you've built that. So, you know, the fight comes when you don't have those sort of things helping you keep the stability. Oh, there we go, Ellie with the joke. Oh, what was you saying? Well, to be honest, no one really knows much about my mental health, as it's a lot to try and explain. Like, not even my parents know much. They understand some of it. Well, exactly. That's where like a counsellor can come in, or a group maybe of people. Like, that's where group therapy comes in, where people who've gone through some of the stuff, you can talk to them, and it's really good to talk to somebody who actually understands what you're going through. Like, I can talk to you about your stuff, but I have no idea what it is you're going through, Ellie, because you're dealing with things that I've never even contemplated, let alone gone through. So what was this dad joke? How do you catch a squirrel? Oh, I'm not sure. You're going to have to tell us. Climb a tree and act like a nut. Ah, dear. I don't know why the punchline got modded, but it kind of worked out that it did. So that was the punchline for Ellie's joke. Anyway, how do you catch a squirrel? Climb a tree and act like a nut. I like that. It's like the elephant one, isn't it? It's like what's something to do with elephants hiding in trees. I said, why did the elephant paint its like testicles red or something? It's like because it helps them hide in the trees. There's like a string of jokes, isn't it? It's like and then the last one is, what's the loudest animal in the jungle? And it's the elephant. When the because there's like another joke in there saying about giraffes basically eating from the trees. Hey, Jimmy's in saying, did you get your van back? No, not yet. Bad news with the van. They are going to write it off, and they want to give me a tiny sum of money for it. Yeah, and they kind of want to wash their hands of it all, which has been a little bit of a rude thing that they've tried to do today. So I now need to do a load of work to get them to up their offer for my vehicle, and yeah, they're kind of playing the whole like, let's try to get away with as little as we can, and they were hoping to basically just convince me, no, it's just all like, you know, business as usual. This is what is basically done. Then they would, and I tell you, they're very clever with their like wording of stuff. Obviously, you know, the girl on the phone is basically reading a script and she's saying it off whatever she's got to say, and rather than saying, well, this is what we can offer you, you're like, but obviously you can go away, get your own valuation, and then come back to us and stuff like that. They're literally just saying, you've got two options. You can have this money, or you can have the van and this amount of money. That's it. We need your decision right now. And I'm like, no, you're not getting a decision on that, because that's just not on. And they had to use the word offer, and that's the thing that got me. Like, I was like, hold on, you said it was an offer, so that's an offer. That's not a. So I guess I can argue this, and she's like, well, you can do all this, and we'll need a few days. And then she started talking in a way where it's like, wow, so you're just trying to apply pressure, like you're trying to stress me out about like where I'm going to be staying, what's going to be happening, and you're trying to stress me so that I could just cave and just take the low amount. I'm like, wow, that is out and out there rude. That really is. Anyway, another one. Did you hear about the guy who invented lifesavers? They said he made a mint. Oh, that's cringe. That's a proper dad joke. That's cringe. That is, Ellie. You have no right being that good with your jokes. I've got Greg in. Hi, Greg. I've had better days, Prince Greg, but I hope you're well. How are you doing? I think we lost Sarah. I think Sarah has disappeared from the chat. Jimmy's saying, yeah, they always try to luck through your pain. Yeah, I mean, they were sort of dealing with it okay, and then they've got to this point and they've just gone, let's see how much we can just, like, you know, like lowball this basically. I'm like, yeah, I'm not having it. So I've already found quite a few vans that are similar that are selling for like double to quadruple what they were offering. So I'm just gonna bang a load of that information in and say, look, there you go. And they're saying they're gonna send it back to the engineer, who's then going to decide with my factors whether or not, like, and I know what they're going to try and do. They're going to try and come back and say, well, we'll bump it up like a few hundred. No. You're miles out. You're miles out, and I'm not going to accept any of these offers. And I think the next thing I'll say is I will just go to the ombudsman. I'll literally just go to the ombudsman, and we'll just get this sorted out proper. Make me a decent offer now if you want to get this dealt with. And that's what I'm gonna hardball the hell out of them on the next call that I make to them. Ellie with a last dad joke. I told my wife to embrace... You've got a wife, Ellie? No, I'm joking. I told my wife to embrace her mistakes. She hugged me. Oh, that's rude, that is. That's rude. I don't like that one, Ellie. That's not good. I mean, it's a bit funny, but it's rude. uh, oh dear. Have you warned the rest of the household, Gracie? Have you put the signs up for the toxic waste at the on the door to the toilet room? Jimmy's saying in the Gothic style. What? That's got translated somehow. Let me see. Oh, you gotta. What? Wait, he said you gotta, and it translated it to in the Gothic style. What? That's weird. I tell you, I hate this translation thing. The last time I turned it off, the whole thing stopped working though, so I didn't turn it off, to be fair. James says bombing. Yeah, yeah. She by that she means a sort of disposing of nuclear waste in the toilet, basically. Um, of her own making. I don't know why we got into Gracie's bowel movements, but but she was going on and on about it in the chat for quite a while. Yeah, lovely, lovely topic. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up on that very unappetizing finish. But thanks everyone for being here and for chatting with me. And yeah, we've got the dad joke out of the way, so it's time to call it, I think. I'm gonna get to work on all this paperwork and then hopefully get myself some shut-eye at some point tonight, ready for work tomorrow. Oh. But for now, thanks for being here. See you tomorrow. Have fun.